Tired of hearing 100 different rules about carbs, fats, protein, keto, fasting? What if I told you nutrition was actually simple? And this may be the very last video you ever need to watch about it. Most people fail at nutrition because they overcomplicate it, chasing diets, fads, hacks. But the truth is, there's only a couple of core principles that your body needs to perform better, look better, and for you to feel better. And once you understand them, you'll never waste time on diet confusion again. For anyone new around here, hi, I'm Joe, I'm a Team GB gymnast, and I help people build muscle, lose weight, and get into shape. I do this for a job. I help support people with their fitness goals with my online coaching program. We create training plans and help support them with their nutrition and anything else they need to set them up for success. If that sounds interesting, I'll leave a link down below for you to check out and we can get started. This video is going to give you a simple step-by-step guide to fix your nutrition once and for all. Firstly, you need to know where you're starting. This is something I get all my clients to do when they join my program. I get them to keep a 7-day food log. This is tracking all of the things that they consume on a day-to-day basis throughout the week and the weekend. And the reason why it's 7 days is this is a long enough time for you to understand and see any habits you do or don't have that may be affecting your nutrition. You can't change what you don't track. This is going to create awareness. And actually, when you write down these things and you're tracking them, there'll be things in there you didn't even know you were consuming. Extra things like liquid calories or sauces are really common and they can stack up. Next, you've got to pick a direction. You need to decide whether your main goal is to lose fat or build muscle. Yes, you can do both. And if you're just starting your fitness journey, the results you will see from doing both, you'll probably build some muscle while you're dropping some fat, will be better than those further down the line. However, it is slower and it is less efficient. Clear direction of where you're going helps keep nutrition simple and focused. This is all going to come down to you and personal preference, but this could be something as simple as standing in front of the mirror and saying, do I want to look leaner? Do I want to drop fat? Or do I want to look stronger and bigger, more muscular? Now, getting stronger, maybe more muscular, does not mean you're going to look bulky. If that was the case, we'd be walking among multiple hundreds and thousands of IFBB Pro professional bodybuilders. That doesn't happen. Toned muscles is a good muscular base in whatever area with a lower percentage of body fat to reveal the muscles more and show them as toned. Next step, fixing your calories to match this goal. Calories are basically the fuel your body uses. If you eat less than you burn, you will lose weight. If you eat more than you burn, you will gain weight. And if you eat the same as you burn, you will maintain weight. That's it. Calories in versus calories out is the picture. But what makes up the calories that your body burns? Now, we're going to get a tiny bit nerdy here. So if you don't want to hear this, just skip 30 seconds of the video. But if you want to nerd out a little bit with me, just stick around. Your body burns calories in 4 main ways. Your BMR, your NEAT, your EAT, and your TEF. Your BMR is your body staying alive, so breathing, your organ function. Your NEAT is daily movements like walking, cleaning, fidgeting. Your EAT or EAT is your exercise, your lifting, your cardio, your sports. Your TEF or your thermic effect on food is the calories your body burns while you are digesting or eating food. That actually makes up about 10% of the calories you burn daily. Bet you didn't know that. Add these together, that's your calorie budget. No, you don't need to know that. It's always good to have an understanding of these things, but it just helps me look a little bit better. Then you need to set your actual calorie targets. Now, there is a complex BMR calculation here, which is a formula, and if you really want, you can work it out yourself. There it is. The interesting thing about this is that, for example, there's an example of a male down here, which is 30 years of age, he's 80 kg and he's 180 centimeters. He would need 1,780 calories per day as his BMR for his body to survive. Now, that doesn't account for the rest of TDEE, but it gives you a little bit of a ballpark figure. When you've got that BMR number, you then have to times it by an activity multiplier. So no to little exercise, 1.2. If you're lightly active and exercising a tiny bit, 1.375. If you're moderately active, so maybe you're doing 3 to 5 exercise sessions per week and moving quite a lot, times 1.55. If you're very active, it's times 1.725. And if you're super active, you've got a really physical job and you're training a lot, it's times 1.9. Now, there are lots of calorie calculators that are going to do all of this for you, make it so much easier. I will leave one in the link below, but it's going to take a little bit of experimenting, but the calorie calculator will give you a baseline figure that you can work from. If you feel like it's completely out and you're losing weight way too quick, you can add a little bit on. If you feel like you're not losing or seeing the results or the weight you want to see going quick enough, you can take a little bit off. So here it is in action. So your TDEE, or your total daily energy expenditure, if that was 2,300 calories, so this is what your body needs to function and survive, and your goal was to lose weight, you'd want to sit your calories somewhere around 2,100 calories, 2,200 calories. Again, this is obviously dependent on your weight, your height, and how active you are, but that would be the deficit you would need to create. If your goal was to maintain weight, so maybe you're focusing on dropping body fat as you are so far, I would focus on 2,300 calories. So that is the calories you'd need to maintain the same body weight. Obviously, you can recomposition your body, so change the percentage of body fat in this calorie range. And if your goal was to build muscle, you want to be in a slight surplus, so 100 or 200 calories, so 2,400 calories or 2,500 calories. At this rate, you're going to make progress slow and sustainably, so you're not going to gain too much excess fat if you're here, and you shouldn't be losing too much excess muscle if you are here. So you know the calories you need to consume. Next, protein. So a simple rule is 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. So if you weighed 70 kilograms, you would want to consume 140 grams of protein per day. Now this is just a rule of thumb, but protein is essential in the process of building muscle and helping your body recover. It's also going to help you make better nutritional choices, and having a diet which is high in protein is going to lead to less hunger by the food being more satiating, keeping you feeling fuller for longer. Once you've hit your calories and proteins, you can actually break down your carbohydrates and fats down to personal preference. Now, some people may need a more carbohydrate-focused diet or a more fat-focused diet. Lots of this comes down to preference, how many calories you're burning, your activity levels, how much you're training, all of these things and what your day looks like day to day. I would suggest to experiment with the ratios, but don't get bogged down on that. This helps keep nutrition flexible and realistic as well. Last point, you need to think slow and sustainable. Fat loss or muscle gain should be done gradually. Please avoid going either way to the extreme. Going too fast is going to lead to too much muscle loss if you're losing weight, or too much fat gain if you're trying to build muscle and gain weight. Going too fast, if you're trying to lose weight, is going to mean you lose lots of that muscle mass. And going too fast is going to mean actually you gain a lot of excess fat that you don't need alongside that muscle. Slow and sustainable is always better. Undereating can cause a whole array of health problems. It can affect your hormones, slow down your metabolism, which means basically your body is fighting to keep you alive. So you might have to go through a phase of actually building up the calories you're eating to help build and boost your metabolism to keep you healthy. Slow changes equal better long-term results. A little bonus point as well, sleep, stress, and hydration play a massive factor in your fitness goals. Do not neglect them or the power of those 3 things. If you want to find out more about how I can help you as a coach, I'll leave a link down below where you can find out everything about my coaching service and you can hire me as your coach. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, drop it a like and a subscribe if you want to see more of this content. YouTube is also very, very clever, much more clever than me, and it's going to suggest a video that if you enjoyed this one, you're definitely going to enjoy that one as well. So you should just click right there and watch it.